What up, gang? I mean, look, y'all, you know what it is. It's a walk day. Okay. I'm learning that I'm kind of working on a 2 days I walk, 1 day I go on a hard run. No, it's more like 2 days I walk, then I go on a hard run, then I take a walk day, then I go on an easy run, then I take a hard run, and then I go on a walk run. That sounds like the cycle I'm on anyway. We're walking again today because my legs are still pretty beat. But we're getting our mile in, getting steps in. But nah, man, said my legs. That's what they're saying. But I'm committed. So today I finished all of my inquisitives, which is a subset of assignments for my political science class. I finished all of them for the whole semester. It's the one thing that is made available for the entirety of the semester, so I was like, I can knock these out in a day if I just... So I spent a good 6 hours on them, and I did 2 a few days ago, and then I finished the other 10. I had a brief break and I ate food. And so I have one assignment due today, now that it's past midnight. It did just pass midnight, but I still prefer to count this less so as within the 24-hour period and more so within the time that I'm awake. If there's rules against that, I'm sorry. At the end of the day, I kind of make the rules for this. It's within the day. My day being the time that I am awake. Anyway, point is, finish all that. And while I could do the other 2 little assignments, because there's one that's due today and then one that just opened at midnight. It's due on September 1st, so a week from now. I could do those today, but I almost think I would rather just do those tomorrow, knock them out then, so that I can get to bed at a reasonable hour tonight. Because I slept 12 hours last night as a recovery, because I didn't have work and my body needed it. And so I woke up at 1 p.m. I have not woke up in the afternoon in a very, 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 very long time. I can't remember the last time I did that. And so, I've only been awake about 12 hours. No, about 11 hours. So it's I still have quite a bit of energy. But I just think, for the sake of maintaining a schedule, I think I'd rather do my walk, eat food, fill myself up, relax for a bit, because I have the capacity to, and then go to bed by, if I can be in bed by 1, that'd be awesome, but more than likely it's going to be 1:30 to 2. And then I can get 6.5 hours, should do me fine. Wake up between 8:30-ish, I think would be nice. And then just kind of coerce. I think 8 would be nice to wake up at 8. And just sort of try to coerce myself back into a reasonable sleep schedule, because I've been pretty off with that. In general, I want to just get back in the habit of having an alarm set at a set time each day, waking up at that set time. Ideally, there's still a hope that I can get there at some point, but that's the thing, man. On my days off, I just tend to stay up late working on stuff, and I get really into it. And then on the days that I'm working, I'm just tired and I want to go to bed early. And so it's my body just ends up being kind of enforced to this limbo, every other day. So as such, makes that consistency a little bit harder to stick by. Stick to if you would. But nevertheless, still trying to keep at that because I think it's vital and it's good. It's not a bad thing. But I gotta just commit to trying to fix my schedule with that. So if I can wake up at 8 tomorrow, that's cool. The dream would be, I think, waking up at like 6:30 every day, and then going to bed by 10, by like probably 10:30 to 11. Getting like 7.5 hours of sleep is usually, like 7 hours of sleep is usually my goal point. That's when I usually feel pretty good, and I can run smoothly. And then by 8, at that point, I just get into dream nation, and then I can go for, I don't know, 8 hours. Because once I'm dreaming, I'm gone, man. But nevertheless, I've been kind of documenting more of my dreams recently. I kind of wake up in the morning, and then I send a voice message to my poetry account. I'm just like, this is my dream. So I have this like small collection of voice messages that's growing. That's been kind of fun. Puppies ain't around. I don't know where they're at. They could be just hanging, and I just can't see them. And then, but then I feel good. I feel pretty damn productive today. I was kind of like very aspirational, like, yeah, I'll end up doing all the Inquisitives and I'll finish the compilations project and I'll clean my shower today. And well, technically speaking, if it was a normal day, I definitely could. Because the last bit of the compilations project I can probably knock out in 30, 40 minutes if I'm focused. Probably more so 40 minutes, 45, whatever. I can knock that out. And cleaning my shower probably take a couple hours. But then, you know, I get to the end of it, I clean myself off, then I would just wait to dry and go to bed. It probably would end up being like, in total, to do that whole thing, you know, 2.5 hours to just like shower after and feel clean and all that stuff. But because the actual cleaning of the shower I can do in an hour, but it's the cleaning myself off and drying off and being comfortable that takes a little longer, and needing to get food in me. So if it was a normal day, I mean, it would probably end up looking like a 16 to 18 hour day of me being awake. But the problem is, if I did that tonight, I'd be getting to bed at like 5 a.m. That's not good, that's not smart. Because in the morning, at 10 a.m. I got, is when I booked an appointment at PNN to get the AC in my car checked. And they said that they would send back, like someone would email me back, because the way that they have their booking thing set up is, here's the next 2 weeks. Pick a day, pick a time, any fucking time you want. And you're scheduled. I'm just like, either they've had no appointment scheduled, or they're just not going to tell me if this is available or if this is taken. And I'm just going to find out when I'm there. Either way, if I get there and I find out that they're filled up, then it's like, okay, I'll reschedule with the person there, and then we'll figure it out, and that'll be fine. Or we'll actually go through, and they'll be available, and we'll just get it looked at. Because I really truly think it's just going to be, I'm missing the valve, and you know, they quickly test my refrigerate, and ideally things are fine, and I'm just like, all right, here's the valve, we'll test it out, we'll place that, you're good to go. And ideally it's like an in and out of there, just like that kind of thing. Because admittedly I forgot I had a Zoom this day, so I scheduled it at 10 a.m. If I recalled having a Zoom, I probably would have done more like 9, so that it would have been like 9 at the latest, honestly. So that there would be like a sure amount of time with everything. But you know, worst case scenario, if it's one of those things where I get there at 10 and it ends up being a longer thing, And I would see if someone in my family can pick me up or walk home, do my Zoom, and then wait till I can get driven back or something. Because usually my mom will be on break by the time I get off my Zoom, so it works out there. But yeah, anyway. And after my Zoom, I got work at 1, so I'll be closing tomorrow. And then I think my evening will be free for myself. So, as such, I'll probably just finish out those last couple assignments in the evening. If I don't get to it in the morning, that is. And then we'll be ahead of the curve for political science class until formal assignments start to get posted as each week progresses onward. Because as it stands, since there's not like a card or anything, which are the usual assignments he posts, since there's not a card that's already been put out, and normally they're due before the Zoom, so it'd be a card would be due on Wednesday. If that's not already out, for me, I think it would be weird for the guy to put a card out and then have it due in a day and a half. That's not like Bento. Because my assumption is if I get those assignments done tomorrow, I will have no assignments due for at least a couple of days until Wednesday, if that's when he decides to put out a card. But I don't know, it could be that this is like one more week of just intro and chilling and getting into the ring. And then next week's when cards start. If that's the case, you know, it means I don't really have to worry about school this week, which is cool. It's cool with me. But either way, you know, I'll take it in stride. Then my friend messaged me. Yeah. I might be able to meet with my friend Victoria on Tuesday morning, it's looking like, to finish outlining a sketch of the fawn costume I started working on last year. I met up with her last week, and we were trying to figure out like ideas with clothing and makeup and just like the specific look that I want for the whole costume. And now I think I got like a good solid list of all the aspects and characteristics that I really like and want in the character. And so we're hoping to get like a relatively finalized sketch on paper of this is what this character is and what they look like, that I can then use as sort of just like a guiding point from here on out to physically construct, you know, the costume on. Just having that formal basis is really lovely and nice. Just cool. I just like the idea of it. A sketch of this character. Oh my god, you know. So that'll be cool. And yeah, I mean, if the AC in my car gets fixed, that's huge. It'll be really nice to have off my plate. And then, I mean, no matter what, I'm going to finish the monthly compilations thing tomorrow night. If I don't do it before bed tonight, I'm tempted to do it. I'll probably do it tomorrow. Either way, those 2 assignments and the compilations, I would like to have that done before bed tomorrow night. And if that's the case, then by the time I get the sketch done with Victoria, that'll kind of be like 3 major things knocked off my to-do list all at once tomorrow, which is a huge deal. Like, I feel genuinely productive, and I actually feel like I can see and visualize and contextualize like the activity that I've been doing, and like I feel like I'm genuinely moving forward and I'm making progress on things. And then also my brother, he had a really shit work shift, but the retrospective that he gained from it and what he told me tonight and everything he did, it just makes me so happy. I'm so freaking proud of him. Because what he told me tonight is, you know, everything I've been really hoping he would hear and do in the times that I've spoken with him for months, and so I was tearing up earlier, and I'm so giddy and excited about it because, you know, he's standing up for himself, and that's really cool. And he wants the best for others and for himself, and he's willing to make a statement and do things to move that ball forward. Just the same with everything he's going to be taking on with college, which is starting this week for him, and balancing the 2 jobs, and, you know, like even like simple things like my sister-in-law and my older brother, they are having us dog sit, and the way he just jumps on it, it's like, yes, I'll make sure that they are having food and water, I'll take care of them. Like he's just, you know, he jumps on things, man. He's really putting his all into stuff, and he's really kicking ass. And he's about to buy his first car, and I'm really excited for him there because I truly am certain like he's going to commit to going to the gym every day, or at least as much as he can. Like I'm so unbelievably certain he's going to do it. And he's just a guy who really is centralized on his goals, and he still makes room for music, and he still makes room for cubing, and he still makes room for friends and people and engagement, and it's just like he's kicking ass. He's really doing great, and moving forward, and, you know, working to be better. Like he's been doing a 30-day sugar fast, and he's committed to it. He's nailed it. He's almost done. He's almost got it down, man. And I'm just like, dude, that kid has a remarkable discipline and is just working his hardest to be better. And I think, on one hand, I think I've been a little too hard on him, and I think I've been a bit ignorant to all the steps he's been taking. To a certain extent, I think on half of the proposal, in terms of like what he told me tonight about work, I think that's where he was struggling. He's been struggling for a long time with adapting those principalities to him. You know, tonight he really did, and that's really cool. And to see that mindset start to become like well-rounded for him, well, that has been my hope. That's been my, you know, my guttural older brother just strive with the guy every time I, you know, talk to him after work. And so I'm just really excited. Like, today is probably the best I have felt in the last couple months. I feel good. Like, not just okay, but I genuinely feel good. I genuinely feel like there is movement. And that is very, very exciting to feel, and very exciting to be able to look at stuff in the third person perspective for a minute, for a little bit, and just recognize that things are moving forward. Things are not as bad or as minute or as unhappening as they seem. We're moving forward. We're doing good things for ourselves and for others, and working towards the benefit of the whole. And I think that's a wonderful thing to be doing. Just even in my personal time, just trying to do constructive research on things that I'm ignorant to and all this stuff, and just like, it really seems like there's been progress towards being a better human, and that's fucking awesome. And yeah, you know, I'm getting my daily thing into. I've been doing that, and that's pretty cool too. So yeah, I mean, I guess just as tough as the last couple months have been, discipline sometimes takes a little bit of time, but if you commit to it long enough, you trust in it long enough, you'll probably see the benefits. And and I think I'm starting to see them now. So that's pretty cool. So do hard shit. You know, give yourself a reason to get up in the morning, as hard as it is. If you gotta walk 1,000 steps, if that's it, you know, just so long as you're doing something to move forward, and so long as you know, remind yourself that it is progress, that you're making a movement forward. You're not as stagnant as your mind might try to make you out to be. Then you're doing just fine. So yeah, thank you all for listening. That's the mile. And I'm about to run out of storage. And yeah, I hope you all have a good rest of your day. And I will see you tomorrow. Have a good night, y'all.